Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all having a wonderful whatever day of the week it is. I think it's Monday. This video we're going to talk about episode 2 and some live feed notes. I got my notes right here on my daughter's laptop because in order to get to mine I'd have to go to the basement. Anyways, I got the notes. So I got my episode notes and some live feed notes. You guys are going to have to help me in the comments, puzzle piece some stuff together. My videos, I used to be on live feeds 24/7. I used to have live feeds on deck nonstop. And so I was like as up to date as it could possibly get. Now it's harder, but it's okay. So I'm just there's some parts of like the notes I have where I'm going to be like, I need your help. Okay, so first off, the episode started with the house guest trying to figure out who the accomplice was. She thought it was Rachel Riley. I was like, girl. I thought it was Vince because of his mustache. That's what I put in my notes. It just looks fake. That's all I got for you. There was nothing else to it. His mustache looks fake, so I thought it might be like glued on or something. I don't know. Rachel started asking questions and Will got nervous because he noticed the relic was gone first. Mickey isn't trusting Ava because she's pulling people to have talks. Basically, it's like the first like sprinkle of like, oh, who done it? He said, she said kind of energy. And then they all had to go into the DR and give a vote. The majority of people voted for Riley, aka Midwestern Brad Pitt. And Riley was upset because he's like, I'm not a liar. I don't lie. I'm honest. Why would all these people think I'm a liar? Well, because it's Big Brother. Do you know what show you're on? I don't think you do, but that's okay. Turns out the accomplice was Amy, Miss Stockton. So Amy, she earned her spot in the game as an official house guest. So kudos to Miss Amy, Miss Stockton. By the way, Amelia hates commercials, as I learned today. So M is 7, and Paramount Plus is constantly throwing commercials out at us, and she hates it. So that's a note for Paramount Plus. I look at her and I'm like, oh, you sweet summer child. You don't know what we used to have to deal with. Okay, back to Big Brother. Apparently, Rachel and Brendan live in Alabama now. Going from Vegas to Alabama is kind of like me going from Los Angeles to West Virginia, which is what happened. So I get it. It's just such an opposites, you know? It's so funny. And Jimmy says that he doesn't really want Rachel there. Adrian let everybody know that he raises praying mantis, which is really cool. Ava says Zay's aura is blue, and this made me laugh because I actually just went and got my aura photographed, and the entire picture is blue. And then Ava goes on to say that people with a blue aura are smooth talkers, which is exactly what the lady who photographed my aura said. Oh my gosh. And so she was like, he could be a threat in this game because he's a smooth talker. And I was like, oh shit, me too. I'm a blue aura. Catherine said Riley seems really sweet. I don't know how Mr. Oklahoma is like pulling all these baddies, but Mr. Oklahoma Brad Pitt seems to really have it with the ladies. So good for him. Possible showmance between Catherine and Riley. We shall see. I was laughing because Rachel ended up having, in order to stay in the house, she has to be a have-not for the first week, which means she gets safety, but she has to be a have-not. And then she has to pick a person, and then they pick a person, and then they pick a person. So Rachel ended up picking Will because she's like, he's a fan of mine. We can get closer together. Will ended up picking Zach because Zach plays baseball, and Will thought that they could connect through that. And then Zach was picking between Lauren, because he thinks she's hot, and Ava, because she looked sad. He ended up picking Ava because I guess she looked sad. I don't know. By the way, I really love Ava's hats, so I need to know where she. I mean, well, not like I can even get them. She's in New York. Rachel asks for volunteers, and everybody was like putting their hands up, and it ended up working out. Rachel, Will, Zach, and Ava. Those are the have-nots for the week. They all have safety, but they all have to eat slop and sleep on like these foam cutouts. It's kind of crazy. So this is my daughter's first Big Brother season, and she saw the have-not room, and then I told her about the slop, and she was like disgusted. She's like, "What? They don't get a bed?" I was like, "No." She's like, "That's crazy." So Jimmy started campaigning a little bit against Rachel. And it's funny because he went to Morgan and Mickey and was like, how do you feel about Rachel, this and that? And then Morgan was like, I really like the idea of aligning with Rachel. So, I mean, Morgan was like iffy about her, but was it in a DR or something where she was like, I would like to align with Rachel. I think I could learn from her. I think it was in a diary room. So she didn't say it to Jimmy. I think she said it to herself. And she was like, aligning with Rachel could be a good learning opportunity for me. And like, I feel like that's the right way or the right approach to have when it comes to Rachel Riley. Rachel asks who his favorite players is. So Rachel and Will are talking in the have not room, and she asks Will who his favorite player is, and he says Dan, and she's like, what? Which made me laugh because, like, Will, read the have not room. You're talking to Rachel Riley. Dan is not here. Now's the time to really hype Rachel up. And that's what Rachel was looking for, and she did not receive that, which I thought was funny. Zach ended up asking Rachel about Brendan, and she gives them their history, and she views this season as an opportunity for her to kind of like prove herself without Brendan's influence. She did say like this is her first season in all of Big Brother without Brendan around. So I'm actually really looking forward to seeing how she's going to play without him, like having any touch of the season. So that's going to be fun to watch. Zach ends up being told the twist of his little $10,000 winnings. He is told he can use his $10,000 to buy his safety in the future. I think she said like it's between now and when jury starts, I think. If he ends up on the block and he's still on the block after veto, he can use that $10,000 to get himself safe or whatever, to make sure he's safe and he doesn't get evicted, which is a pretty cool advantage to have for sure. Jimmy goes on to say that he trusts Morgan and Mickey the most, and they are calling themselves the triple threat, which funny little play considering Jimmy is a triplet. So I wonder if was his mindset when he came up with that. The head of household room, I said it looks really cool in my notes, but the more I looked at it, the more I hated it. I don't know. It actually seemed really bland in comparison to the other bits of the house. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to say it because it's not bland. Like it's a red room. It has a bunch of like prints. It's not bland, but I feel like they put so much thought in like the bathroom or the kitchen or even that lounge area by the HOH room. And then they came to the HOH room and they were like, let's just throw up some red paint and black and white bedding and then like a hidden door. And that was about as much effort as they put into that room. So like, I don't think I like it anymore. And that's okay. I'm allowed to change my mind. Amy says that she feels like she's bonding with Rachel and they both really want to work together. They end up forming a little alliance and they call it the Mom Squad. I did notice when Amy was talking about Rachel in the diary room, she was crying, which was weird to me because I'm like, why are you crying? There's no context for these tear streaks. So like, I definitely wanted answers, but I obviously wasn't going to get them. So I don't know. Maybe she walked in there and just started crying about her kid and like, well, I think she has multiple kids, but maybe production was like, oh, she's here. Let's talk to her. I don't know. Vince is getting settled into his HOH room, and then Ashley comes in. She's like, "Hey, I want to shower." Apparently, she showers for 2 hours, and the house guests are pissed. They're like, "Oh no, she showered for 2 hours. Vince is such a victim." Um, and then like it's really funny because Ashley comes walking down. She's like, "That was the best shower of my life." The whole time, everybody's talking mad shit, and they're like hating on her for taking a 2 hour shower. Which in my mind, I'm like, okay, she's clearly having the best time of her life in that shower. Why didn't Vince use his big boy bark and like say something and be like, "Hey, I like want to shower too," you know? Or like if he didn't feel comfortable, he could have gotten a girl and been like, "Hey, do you mind like, girl to girl, like being like, "Hey, Ashley, I need a shower," you know? I don't know. And maybe they did and nobody like in production just didn't show it in the episode. I don't know. But like if it's such a problem, go in there and be like, "Hey, can I use my own shower, please?" From what we saw, nobody did that. So instead, they were just all talking shit about it. To be fair, like I get it, like it was a bit inconsiderate. Girl, those are that's bedding. Okay, just ignore that. It was like slightly inconsiderate. Like if I went in there to use someone else's shower, I would be like, "All right, I'm gonna take 20 minutes tops." So a 2 hour shower is I'm I don't even know what I would do in the shower for 2 hours. But I really commend her for being squeaky clean. Love, love, love hygiene. Did I think it was blown out of proportion? Absolutely. Like, what? But, bitches be finding reasons in the Big Brother house, especially that first week, and she gave them a reason. So they rolled with it. Yes, they did. Everybody's talking shit about Ashley and her 2 hour shower. Amy likes Ashley. So Amy's like, "I don't like this. I'm going to tell her that everybody's talking shit and that she should go talk to Vince." So she goes and tells Ashley. Ashley ends up asking Catherine, she's like, "Do you have a problem about me taking such a long shower?" Catherine said that she has an issue now. Well, she didn't say this to Ashley, but she, in the diary room, she's like, "I have an issue now because you're making it a thing. And it makes me feel like you're making me look bad." Um, I don't really know how Catherine got singled out. Like, I don't know what happened there because I don't remember seeing Catherine like talking to a bunch of people about it. I know Catherine did ask in front of everybody, was like, "Did Vince get to shower before you?" And Ashley was like, "No." I don't know, whatever. Vince and Jimmy continue the conversation about who the accomplice could be, and they want to work together. Jimmy theorizes that there's an all guys alliance, like an all guys buff workout alliance between Keanu, Zay, and Zach. Vince and Kelly want to work together, and Kelly, like, "Girl, what are you doing?" She ends up suggesting a final two with Vince, and then suggests that he put her up on the block to make less people mad and to keep like the spotlight off of them, to like make people think that they're not working together. I don't know what her thought process there was. Well, I know she told us, right? Like she told us her thinking, but like, girl, are you like, is this her first experience with Big Brother? Like I feel like she said that she has a few. I don't know what, I can't, because that seems stupid, but whatever. um Zay hints at Vince nominating Ashley because he's like, she pissed everybody off. Vince is hesitant because him and Ashley did make a bit of an agreement. Jimmy was included in the agreement that like the people who were gonna play that first HOH comp, they wouldn't target each other. Keanu also suggested Ashley. I mean, everybody suggested Ashley. Like everybody. Zach ends up going to Ashley and telling her to be careful and suggests she goes and talks to Vince. So Ashley goes and she's like constantly interrupting people. She's like, "Hey, can I talk to you? Hey, can I talk to you?" All these different conversations that he's having with other people. Catherine said that Ashley was stressing her out at one point. I don't know, whatever. I don't know why she just didn't wait by the door and like wait her turn. Eventually Ashley like kind of kicks Catherine's conversation out. She's like, "Look, I want to go to bed. Can we talk?" And so they ended up talking, and then she ends up telling Vince that Zach told her to come talk to him, which like I don't know if Zach really, or no, I don't know if Vince really caught it. But when I was watching it, I was like, so you kind of threw Zach under the bus a little bit by naming him. um, Vince ended up feeling like she doesn't trust him because she was acting like super paranoid or something. And then him and Amy, or Vince and Amy, end up having a conversation. Amy starts defending Ashley. She is ride or die for Ashley, which is great. I really like Ashley. The 2-hour shower did not bother me. I mean, like, maybe if I were in the house, but not really. Because, like, they have nothing but time in that house anyways. I don't know. I didn't get it. I don't know. Whatever. I don't really, I wouldn't do a 2-hour shower, but like, I didn't see the big deal. Whatever. But Amy, she starts defending Ashley to the point where she goes into tears. She's like sobbing for Ashley, which absolutely put a target on her back. I'm like, girl, like, I see you're super emotional, you Pisces, but calm down. Amy thinks Ashley's being targeted for taking a shower and that it's stupid. I agree. But it's also Big Brother. People are looking for a reason. Vince ends up nominating Zay, Amy, and Ashley. Zay because they didn't talk much. Amy because it makes the most sense for my game right now. And Ashley because she felt like the most paranoid person in the house. That's what he told everybody. Amy says, or Vince says Amy is a pawn, says Ashley going home is good for him because she'll be mad at him, and if Zay goes home, it'll be good for him because he's a macho dude and getting rid of them is great. Ashley says Vince is a manipulator and her target, and that's how the episode ends. Here's some live feed notes. So here's where I'm going to need your guys' help in the comments. I started watching live feeds a little bit into the afternoon, and shit had already hit the fan. Now, I was able to piece together some stuff, so if I'm missing anything, please let me know in the comment section, okay? We're a team. Yes, we are. And you guys help me because we're friends. So how my notes and how I'm going to read them is me, like, as I'm piecing things together. So, like, yeah, if I'm missing anything, just wait until I finish, because I might realize whatever happened towards the end, you know? But yeah, help me out with whatever I missed. Okay, so it looks like Ashley won the power veto, which she ended up winning the power veto, and she took herself off the block, and Kelly is her replacement. So some of this stuff is a little, like, in the past now, because Kelly is the replacement nomination. So I want to put that out there ahead of time. Kelly is being talked about as the replacement, which ended up happening. Vince says he wants Amy gone and told Kelly she's safe if she goes up or not. Rachel told Keanu that she isn't going to vote for Amy. Rachel really is ride or die for Amy. They, I guess, have a strong alliance, so good for them. Rachel told Keanu that Jimmy has a bunch of little alliances everywhere, so I think Rachel versus Jimmy is in full effect. But I did see later that that Rachel was kind of helping Jimmy out. So there might be more to the Rachel and Jimmy situation than I'm aware of. So let me know in the comments. Night ended with Rachel, Vince, Keanu talking about Zay getting voted out. So that's how last night ended on the live feeds. Whenever the updates ended, whatever. Something happened at some point today that Keanu now feels like he can't trust Rachel the way that he was. Apparently, Keanu pissed off a bunch of people. Vince talked to Riley because he says they're a day one connection. Riley says he walked outside this morning and Keanu is trying to pull everyone to the side and create alliances. Riley thinks Keanu is playing the worst game ever. Apparently, Keanu done pissed everybody off today, made Morgan cry, and then I don't know, I'm honestly lost. Morgan said a lot of people want Amy gone because people don't like floaters, and that made me laugh because it's week 1 and we're already throwing out the word floater. Okay. Morgan and Jimmy have some tension. It's more like they were kind of bickering in the HOH room from what I saw on live feeds. He's worried about Amy and she's dismissing his worries because she doesn't think Amy is a threat. she thinks Amy is a floater. So she clearly doesn't think Amy is worth being worried about. And Jimmy was kind of like irritated by that. Riley told Morgan he doesn't give a fuck about the game and that he has more opportunities outside of the house and he's here to have a good time. If I were Morgan, I would put that in my back pocket as like a potential reason in the future to get rid of Riley. I would have been like, Riley, you told me that you have more opportunities in this house or outside of this house than in it. You don't actually need the money. I'm putting you up for eviction because you said that you don't give a fuck about being here. I hope she remembers that. And then at the end of my notes, I said, okay, apparently this morning Keanu said to Zay that Rachel, Jimmy, and Morgan are snakes. I opened up the live feeds and Jimmy was practicing his power of veto ceremony confrontation to Keanu. And I'm going to try to insert the clip of it in here. I screen recorded it from a Twitter. I'm going to leave their stuff in the screen record to give them credit for it. So Keanu today has really just been on one. He's just pissing everybody off. Where everybody's at now, I don't know. So let me know in the comment section. I need one of those charts where everybody is like kind of their connection, their alliance name, and like who's pissed off at who and why, you know? So let me know in the comment section anything that I forgot or anything that I misunderstood or whatever. Y'all can correct me anytime in my comment section. I will not get offended. There is so much that you can miss on live feeds. It is so easy to miss stuff. I will never get my feelings hurt if you're like, hey, Miranda, I think you misinterpreted this. This is what actually happened. And I'll be like, great, thank you, because I need to know. I need to know what's happening. As of now, and I'm trying to stay up to date. It's just so damn hard. As you guys know, things happen so fast in the Big Brother house, especially on live feeds. And it's just difficult. So I appreciate your guys' help. Thank you. Anyways, yeah, so let me know in the comment section your thoughts and all of that. As of now, my favorites are, of course, Rachel. That's kind of like a default thing. I do really like Amy. I do really like Ashley. I like Catherine. Lauren is as under the radar as you can get, although Zach does seem to think that there's a thing happening between them, and I don't think Lauren is on the same page. I'm actually super looking forward to watching Lauren and her gameplay. Like, I just feel like we have an icon here, and I can't wait to watch her flourish. So yeah, I'm gonna keep my eye on Lauren. I love that Ashley had everyone pressed. Like, she had everybody so bothered, and I love that. Morgan is doing a lot of talking. She's doing a lot of opinion giving, and she's going all over the house. I do feel like she's really putting a lot of energy onto herself. Keanu, he's really reminding me of Josh, Big Brother 19, right? Or was that Big Brother 18? No, it was Big Brother 19, because Jessica, Cody, yeah. Anyways, Christmas. Woo! You guys remember Big Brother 19 on here? That was a time to be on YouTube, wasn't it? Remember when I used to do my impersonations? This conversation is for the people who've been here for a while, okay? All right. This is my 5th outro. I'll see you guys later. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Wait. I'm gonna stand in front of the room. I have something to say while we're all here. You called me a snake after you sat over there in that balcony yesterday, told me you could trust me, shook my hand, looked me in the eye, and made a final two with me. And now you're telling 6 people in this house that I'm a snake, and you're trying to hug me this morning and give me eggs. I don't want your eggs, Keanu, and I don't want your hugs. You're the fake one in this house, and the only thing fake about me are these knockoff designer sunglasses. I'm sick of this shit. Keep my fucking name out of your mouth. You better hope I don't win HOH next week. I'm gunning for you. Buckle up.